What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Yeffin, and you know Mo's up to no good. So today, as you guys can tell, we got the Jeep SRT8 outside. We're actually going to go ahead and actually close up some of these holes that are drilled in the front bumper on the Jeep. I believe there was a plastic bracket or a plastic frame where the plate was mounted to. Apparently it didn't come with my Jeep SRT8, so no big deal. I'm going to show you guys how we close these holes for anybody who doesn't want to actually take the bumper to a body shop and have them clean it out, clean the holes out, spray paint it, the whole 9 yards. I'm also going to show you guys how to mount the plate, so definitely stay tuned and let's get right to it. Alright guys, so as you guys can tell, we got two boxes here, one from bumper plugs. This is what we're going to use to close the holes on the front bumper on the Jeep SRT8, and then we also have a Sto N Sho plate for the Jeep SRT8. Now they don't make one specifically for the Jeep SRT8, but after speaking to one of their representatives via email, they told me to use this one, which is the model, I should have it here, Audi A4/A4 S-Line S4 bracket. So it's a SNS134. So it's a quick release front license plate bracket. So I was advised, after taking some pictures, sending them to them and having them look at them, they were able to tell me that this bracket should work on my Jeep SRT8. They don't actually make one specifically for the SRT8. So this one here is the SNS134. If anybody's interested in doing the Sto N Sho plate, I've searched online to see if anybody else has been running one of these plates, and I can't seem to find one. So figured why not give it a shot and throw one on the Jeep. I prefer the quick release because I could take the plate off when I go to a car show, or I don't want to have the front plate on, and I can put it back on if I park on the street and you got traffic cops coming by or police officers walking by and they looking to give tickets. This is a great way to prevent yourself from getting a $50 to $100 ticket or whatever it is the ticket may cost. So we're gonna go ahead and run one of these. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it, and let's go ahead and unbox it. Okay, cool. I got some paperwork in here. I got a sticker, my invoice. I got the bracket here, so I mount up like this, which is perfect. Pretty excited. So yeah man, let's get to it. So I'm gonna put this to the side because the first thing I want to do is actually close the bumper hole. So we're gonna put this in the box for now, and then we're gonna mark up where we're gonna drill the holes, and we're gonna have the front plate. So let's put this to the side, and let's open this one up. Okay guys, so they're in here. Now before I open them up, quick thing to know is that in order to order these bumper plugs, you need to check on the door trim or somewhere in the vehicle's door frame, or under the hood, wherever you can find the VIN number. Usually where the VIN number is located, you'll find where it says paint, there's a trim number there, or trim, and it should show the paint code. Look for that, and you can go on bumperplugs.com, and you can just basically scroll through the drop down menu and see which one is the one that's associated with your vehicle, so you can find the correct color bumper plugs to plug these holes, or whatever holes you have on the front bumper of your vehicle or your Jeep SRT8. For anybody who's doing this for Jeep SRT8, this works for any vehicle. I'm doing it specifically for the SRT8. I noticed that a lot of people don't have a Sto N Sho plate, and I haven't seen anybody plug these holes on the Jeep SRT8. So I figured why not do it. So I'm going to show you right now what we're going to do. Okay. Cool. So I have 6 here. So they're Chrysler Brilliant Black Crystal Pearl. That's what the paint code is on this truck, or that's what the color of this paint is on the Jeep. I have six. I actually have 5 holes. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These come in a pair of 2, so I had to purchase 3 of them. So 2, 4, 6. So I'm gonna just leave 1 out, because obviously I don't have 6 holes here, so I don't really need to make another hole for no reason. So before we start, let me grab a drill bit and I'm gonna explain to you guys what you need to do. Alright guys, so we're back. So the number one thing that you need to do to install these correctly, based on what the instructions say on their website, is to drill a 932 or use a 932 drill bit to widen the holes, or if you don't have the holes already at 932, you can open them up, or you can make new holes by widening them out. You get the point. You just basically have to drill the holes a little bit wider and stick the plugs in. You also have the instructions here. Where is it? It should be right here. Nope, not the right one. This one here has the instructions. It should say, it's just so you don't have to go online. You can also just find them here. So it does say check and color measure, gently insert with thumb, do not force the gap. Check and measure holes, drill holes with either drill bit size. 932 make 1 straight hole, or 1/4 open hole to 932 requires 3/4 depth. So you can make a 1/4 open hole to 932, or just do a make 1 straight hole to 932. So the drill bit could be 932 or 1 1/4. So I'm just gonna use I could start off with 1/4. So let's go ahead and grab the 1/4 and do that. Alright guys, I figured I'm just gonna use the 932. Yeah, so I'm gonna just use the 932 and widen the holes up and stick those plugs in. So let's go this way. Quick thing, I use a deburring tool to just cut some of this edges off so I can stick the plug in. You don't want to force it, you just want to push it in. Alright guys, so just like that, we just installed them. So what I basically did is, instead of going with a 1/4 or 1 1/4 1/4 drill bit, I just went straight with the 932 drill bit, as I was able to see on their website, on the how to install instructions on their website. Just made a one straight drill into the bumper, deep enough to be able to get the holes lined up. Not lined up, in other words, just to make sure that the drill goes in straight and we don't have any bends in the drill, in the opening of the holes on the bumper when we drill it through. So we put them in, they're nice and clean, flush, and we don't have any of this stuff here. Now I know it's kind of weird, we got these, you know, they're laying like this and like that, whatever. Nice and clean though. Next thing we're going to do is install the Next thing we're going to do is install the Sto N Sho plate. I'm going to show you guys how we do it. So let me grab this stuff and let's get right to it. Alright guys, so we're back. We're going to go ahead and we're going to just install the Sto N Sho plate. And it comes with all the hardware. So I'm just going to go ahead and move everything, lay down flat. I don't want to scratch anything. Comes with everything you need. Oh, it comes with black screws, perfect. And comes with the manual. Alright guys, so what I'm gonna do is, because the Jeep already has this hole here, so I'm assuming this hole is in the center of the bumper from here to here, so I'm going to use this as basically like a imaginary line, where I'm going to just basically mount this bottom part of the bracket. So I'm going to use this line and just somehow mark it and place it right underneath, make a hole, 1, 2, and then slide the plate. So before I do that, I'm going to just put some double-sided tape, and I'm going to just hold it up there. And I want to figure out how far in I want the plate to be, because I want this plate to sit as flush as possible to the bumper, or as close to it as possible. So that's what we're going to do. Alright guys, so we got it centered. I used the center hole from the bumper bracket, or the original plate holder where the plate would sit on the Jeep. So I use that as my middle line to line it up evenly. So I put the plate on temporarily before, or I just placed it on to see how it would look. It looks pretty much straight. It's not going to be 100% straight, but it's going to be close to 100%. You know, it might be light, a little bit off, but there's no big deal. It looks to the naked eye like it's straight. So we're going to go ahead and drill 2 holes, because that's what this plate bracket has underneath, 2 holes. So make 2 holes, put those black 10 millimeter nuts or screws, whatever you want to call them, and then that's pretty much it. Put all the rest of the hardware. I'm not going to show you my actual plate on here for, you know, obviously safety reasons. You guys don't need to see the plate number on my Jeep or anything like that. You guys get the point. So I'm just gonna show you guys the rest of the stuff, and then that should pretty much be it. So if you guys have a Jeep SRT, definitely use the Sto N Sho plate. It's a must. So let's get back to work. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and use a 1/8 drill bit, because that's what the manual calls for. Alright guys, so as you guys can tell, I ended up putting the 2 10 millimeter screws. I put a little bit of like black sealant or black gasket maker, just something just to give it a little more strength, because you know, sometimes the bolts that go into the bumper can sometimes come out, you know what I mean. There's not a lot of structural integrity to the bumper, so sometimes the screws can come out. So just to be a little more on the safe side, I put a little bit of black sealant or black gasket maker or anything. You can use even some clear multi-purpose adhesive glue or anything like that. So that's what I used, and then I mounted it up, pushed it all the way back against or closest to the grill. Now the bracket doesn't have a long rod to it, so that's why it doesn't touch the actual back of the grill here. So don't worry, I spoke to a representative and they provided me with the right one, because they do sell other plates that the rod is actually longer, much longer. So depending on the vehicle that is being used, it could have a shorter or longer rod to it. So mine was perfect, so I just moved the bracket all the way to the back as much as possible so I could get a nice flush finish where the plate sits almost on, not onto it, but closest to the actual front of the bumpers. I don't want the plate to be out this far, so I brought it as much as possible so it's almost flush with the front portion of the bumper. I lined it pretty much straight, and everything's pretty much done. I put the bumper plugs in. Actually, this was pretty cool and awesome that they have stuff like this. Whoever made this is a pretty smart genius. So I'm pretty happy. Pretty simple install. Just take your time, read the instructions, and just go from there. Take your time. Don't be scared. Stuff is pretty easy, and that's pretty much it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and that's pretty much how we do it. What's going on, guys? Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We just ended up putting the bumper plugs in. It could be used for any vehicle, including a Jeep, Aston Martin. Could be used for Porsche, Audi, whatever you have. They're compatible with pretty much any vehicle they have listed on the website. We put a Sto N Sho plate because I don't like running a plate at all, and if I need to run a plate, I could run a plate in certain situations. If the vehicle's on the street and we got traffic cops or cops going by looking to write up tickets, never a good idea. So figure why not use this idea of being able to attach a plate and removing the plate when I need to at my own convenience. So that's pretty much it, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. With that being said, guys, I'll definitely be catching you guys in the next video.